The monitor is off. Monitor is off. Fire outbreak in Balogun Market, Lagos destroys fortune. Job losses as many KANO industries collapse. Federal High Court grants suspected invaders of Justice Mary ODILI'S residence bail. And thousands displaced in the Philippines as Super Typhoon Rai makes landfall. Welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Zainab Bala. The news in details. Now, marketers who came out on Thursday morning with the hope of a promising day in anticipation of the festive season sales were heartbroken, seeing their shops and goods worth millions of naira burnt to ashes. The cause of the fire is unknown, and details of this will come in our subsequent bulletin. Federal Executive Council on Wednesday approved 20% upward review of salary for the police force with effect from January 2022. The Minister of Police Affairs, Begari Dingyadi, stated this while briefing State House correspondents at the end of the virtual council meeting presided over by President Muhammadu Buhari at the council chamber in Abuja. Dingyadi explained that increased police personnel take-home pay by 20% of their present earning is towards improving the relationship between the force and the Nigerian populace. He said the council also approved the review of police duty toll allowance and shift allowance to 6%, as well as a release of 1.2 billion for the payment of uninsured benefits. Government of the People's Republic of China has offered to send a high-level delegation of criminal investigation experts to meet with Nigerian security agencies. Chinese ambassador to Nigeria, JIANCHUN, disclosed this in Abuja while speaking to journalists on the sidelines of the October 1st China-Nigeria Friendship Award to students of Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria. Chi said that the move by China is part of its support to tackle the insecurity bedeviling Nigeria, disclosing that the security experts are expected to arrive in Nigeria soon.
Chinese president, the Chinese central government really is concerned about the situation in Nigeria. Not only the Nigerian people, Nigerian government, and also concerned about the situation, the Chinese national in Nigeria. So we are working hard, how can we get support from China? So I know the situation here in Nigeria really is very, very critical. Not about image, not about reputation. I think that really concerns every Nigerian. And I do believe this is not issue is not only the Nigerian people and the government, and also we need international support. So we think that how can we get reliable, qualified, and also the responsible partner from the international community. And also I report to Beijing that we have to do something for Nigeria. So now the government, the central government made a decision to set a high-level delegation, especially for the criminal investigation expert. They have real experience. This time they come to Nigeria and try to talk to the people talk to the government, how can they find a way, work together to overcome the challenge that we are facing. The first day, 4 people will arrive this Saturday, and I believe that is a good start.
Let me first of all sincerely appreciate the effort of government. When we began to see signs of insecurity around the campus, we made a special trip to the Inspector General of Police, to other government agencies, security agencies, and I'm happy to say that the response was quite appreciated. There are things that I may not mention publicly, but just to say that the response was very, very good. The Inspector General of Police, for instance, sent a lot of reinforcement around the campus and even equipment and men. So far, the campus is fairly secure. So far, so good. Very, very edifying. You know, when students excel, there is need to recognize that excellence. And this is one of those gestures by the Chinese government through the Chinese embassy.
Northeast Governors Forum have called for the establishment of a sustainable program for the handling of repentant terrorists. The governors, rising from their meeting held in Damaturu, Yobe State, in a communique signed by the Chairman's Forum and Governor of Borno State, Babagana Zulum, expressed worry over kidnapping and farmer-herder clashes, among other security challenges in the sub-region, and resolved to undertake necessary measures to curtail the menace. The governors also called on the federal government and the National Assembly to make adequate budgetary provision in the 2022 appropriation bill for the implementation of the Mambila hydroelectric project. They noted with dismay the near 1-year lack of electricity in Maiduguri and its environs and urged the federal government to urgently find a lasting solution. Now, 12 out of the 15 suspects arraigned before the Federal High Court Abuja over invasion of residence of Supreme Court Judge Justice Mary Odili on October 28 have been granted bail by Justice Nyokini Maha. The suspects were charged with an 18-count amended charge including forgery of court documents, conspiracy to commit felony, attempted extortion, among others. Details of this will come in our subsequent bulletin.
And 12 accused persons. No matter how stringent the conditions are, the 2 of our clients are lawyers. They are our learned colleagues. And we will do everything within our powers and legally and lawfully to release him from the jail, to stand trial while on bail, because they are part of us as a legal profession. We hold for each other, and we will do everything for them to come out of the jail. That is our promise.
Thank you.
Well, it depends on them. As a defense counsel, I will not participate in looking for shorty for them. So they have people who can go and look for the shorty for them. It's not my duty to go and look for, but my own duty is to apply, and they have granted. So my duty stops there.
Thank you.
The ruling is not bad. The most important thing is that I asked for stringent conditions, and the court also granted it. As you are aware, this is just the beginning of the matter. Granting bail is not the end of the case. And of course, the offenses charged are all bailable offenses. And above all, bail is at discretion of the court.
And you think it's stringent enough?
Well, to my mind, it's stringent enough. If they're able to meet the condition, their international passports are taken, each sum of 5 million each, and 3 years tax. I think it's fair enough.
Is your full name? Why did you oppose?
You're watching News Update coming up. Cost commodity in Gombe State. Details of this and more after the break. Do stay. Welcome back. If you are just joining us, it's a Trust TV News Update. Our top stories. Marketers heartbroken over fire outbreak in Balogun Market in Lagos. 12 out of 15 suspects arraigned before the Federal High Court Abuja over invasion of residence of Supreme Court Judge Justice Mary Odili on October 28 have been granted bail. Now, as the festive season approaches and travel restrictions are being resolved between Nigeria and other countries, indications have emerged that Nigeria may be inching closer to a fourth wave of the coronavirus pandemic. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control stated this on its Facebook page late Wednesday night. According to the center, since the third wave eased, Nigeria for the first time crossed 1,000 new daily infection mark on Wednesday, with a total of 1,424 new cases. However, recorded no fatality from the pandemic in the latest update. The new infection figure, which ranks the highest daily tally since the surge in cases began a few days ago, has increased Nigeria's infection toll to over 200,000, while the fatality toll still stands at over 2,000, with a total of 211,292 so far successfully treated and discharged. Now, resurgence of COVID-19 coupled with Omicron variant on the loose spreading fast across continents, protecting oneself has become a priority. To prevent transmission and encourage healthy workforce, Management of Media Trust conducts a vaccination exercise for its employees. Ibrahim Yusuf reports.
In a bid to buttress the importance of the COVID-19 vaccination, Media Trust, in collaboration with the National Primary Healthcare Center, organized a vaccine exercise for its workers on Wednesday. Employees, without hesitation, submitted themselves to take the jab.
I just took my first jab today, and since I have been trying to take it, though it has not been easy to access where you can take it. So, and also I feel it's good for each and every one of us to take the jab.
This is my first jab. What took me so long, I couldn't find where to, or I wasn't ready. So it's a good thing that management decided to bring it here for us here at Daily Trust to take. And yes, my advice to everyone is that please go and take it. That's the best shot we have at stopping COVID-19.
There's so much information out there about COVID and the management and all that, but actually accessing the centers where you get to take the jab is such a challenge. One, there is no as much information about it out there, and two, when you get there, the management of the centers and how it's been done makes it difficult for you to get the service on time. So that's been part of the challenge, and now that the jab has been brought to us here at workplace, makes it so easy for you to just even keep following up and until you take it.
This is my first jab, and it took me this long because a lot of people have been saying negative things about this vaccine, and then for the management to bring them to us to come and give us the vaccine is actually a good thing, and it's not that painful, the way people are saying it. And I took it, and I'm fine, as you can all see. And I want to advise all Nigerians out there: go and take your jab. It's very, very important. COVID-19 is real.
The officials who administered the vaccines advised people on the advantage of getting vaccinated in time of the pandemic.
This vaccine is a welcome development to all Nigerians, and we're happy to be here at Daily Trust. I want to thank the workers here. They are cooperative, they are lively, and they are hardworking people. When we came, they all turned out for mass vaccination. I think I give them kudos for that and thumb up. And also I want to advise Nigerians that they should go out. Those that have not taken the vaccine, they should come out to take the vaccines. It will help them.
COVID-19 vaccine is completely free. Forget about what people are saying. Forget about all the fears they're putting in people. Don't take, this is going to magnet on your phone, you're going to die, it's 666, it's blah, blah, blah. Forget about all those stuff. It's completely free. And again, it's normal. It's normal and it's completely safe.
Still ahead, the industrial sector in KANO are collapsing even as smaller businesses are trying to survive harsh economic realities. In this special feature, Trust TV correspondent Idris Jibril examines the industrial development and its current impact on the state's socio-economic growth and development.
Commercially viable, KANO is known to be the Nigeria's center of commerce, trade hub for the sub-Saharan Africa, and perhaps the nation's second most industrialized city. Its famous Kantinkwari textile market, the popular Abubakar Rimi market in Sabongari, the busiest multi-purpose Singa market, the Africa's largest grain market in Dawanau, and of course the Asian Kurmi market all tells a story of a promising economic opportunities in KANO. The industrial development of KANO started at between 1920 and 1930, when the then Emir of KANO, Abdullahi Bayero, established KANO Waterworks, which was used to generate electricity.
The Emir of KANO, may Allah continue to rest his soul in perfect peace. He is the Alpha and Omega, and it's like he bulldozed his way to do that, because the contribution of the colonial masters is only about 20,000 pounds and in kind, by giving, I think, the engineer also, by providing the engineer that supervised the work. But the 200,000+ pounds was sourced and paid by KANO Native Authority, KANO NE, which is under the leadership of the King Emir of KANO that time.
By 1940, real industrialization in KANO began with the establishment of mainly soap and some few confectionery factories. But the state witnessed its industrial boom following the federal government import substitution policy of 1970, during which Bompai and subsequently Chalawa and Sharada industrial estate were established, with over 500 industries and factories functioning then in full capacity.
By mid-80s to early 90s, based on membership of Manufacturing Association of Nigeria and non-members of MAN, there were about 500 industries in KANO in between that time. But the MAN members are 200 and something, and non-MAN members are almost 200 and something. So making about 500 as at that time, which shows the highest number of industries in KANO.
The significance of this industrial boom, however, led to a massive job creation, which lifted thousands out of poverty, provide government with billions of naira in revenue, led to a significant reduction of high cost of living, and improved KANO's foreign investments. Unfortunately, from early 90s to date, things seem to have fallen apart for KANO, with a little below 150 industries operating far below the factory's capacity at between 20 to 30%.
Well, this is how it is behind me here in most industrial estate here in KANO, a dump site. These industries have been closed for many years, and there is nothing inside, only that people used to come and dump refuse here. And this is happening in almost all parts of KANO's industrial estate of Sharada, Chalawa and Bompai industrial estates.
In Aduquate Capital, the problem of raw materials and high cost of electricity tariff are some of the major factors responsible for KANO's industrial crisis.
As at today, the cost of electricity in KANO is about 72 naira per kilowatt hour, while that of Lagos and Ogun axis is about from 40 to 50 something naira. Why am I saying this? From a layman's point of view, they may not understand the implication of this. Like this factory you're talking about now, we are paying close to 30 million naira per month for electricity. So if we have the same company with the same capacity in Lagos or Ogun, they'll be paying roughly around 19 or 20 million as per the cost of electricity. If you multiply that by 12, how much is it in a month?
Despite this disturbing status of KANO's industrial sector, few industries are managing to keep body and souls together.
Elsewhere, Adamawa State government has moved to boost cotton production in the state following the introduction of genetically modified cotton seeds approved by National Biotechnology Development. The state government lamented the decline in cotton production in the state over the last decade. Governor Ahmadu Fintiri, represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Development, Dorothy Augustine, disclosed this at the introduction of the hybrid vegetable seeds to farmers following the success of hybrid cotton seeds introduced by the state. Now, Dr. Rose Gidado, Deputy Director, National Biotechnology Development Agency, during the presentation said farmers stand to gain from productivity of GM seeds.
These farmers have come to witness the introduction of hybrid vegetable seeds to farmers in Adamawa State. Governor Ahmadu Fintiri is here represented by the Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Agriculture and Livestock Production, Mrs. Dorothy Augustine. The introduction of genetically modified vegetable seeds is taking place under the watchful eyes of Deputy Director of National Biotechnology Development Agency, Dr. Rose Gidado. Following the success earlier of the introduction and deployment of Polygat 2, the genetically modified cotton seeds, which NAFDA said will help boost cotton production in the state. Farmers are excited about the prospect of the success of the improved hybrid seeds. However, their concerns are about the cost of farming inputs, particularly the high cost of procuring the Mayako BT cotton seeds. The state government said the introduction of Mayako BT cotton is aimed at revitalizing cotton production in anticipation of the federal government's vision of reviving cotton ginneries and textile sector.
The revival of cotton farming will not only enhance income levels of farmers, but also strengthen the economy of the state by employment generation.
Prices of food items have not shown any signs of coming down ahead of Christmas celebration in Gombe State. Now, tomato is one of the ingredients used in Christmas dishes. Ibrahim Ismail checks the prices of tomatoes in Gombe Main Market.
A large basket of tomato in Gombe Main Market sells between 8,000 and 7,000 naira, while the medium basket sells 2,000 naira. Customers here said the price is higher compared with what was obtainable in December 2020.
Last year I was here. It was cheaper last year than this year. Last year I came to Gombe, I bought a bag of onions at the rate of 11,000. This year is 20-something thousand naira. Then tomato, the basket was at the rate of 600, 500. Now it's about 1,000 something, 2,000.
I was even thinking that coming today to buy tomato will be a bit fairer. But when I came, it's nothing to write home about, and it's really giving me headache, as if I should just walk away from the market. But if I should not buy now and go, by the time I come back next week, it will be so terrible that you could imagine this one is 2,000. Maybe by next week it will be 4,000. So I just decided to try my best to see if I can buy, at least even if it's a little, so that it will not increase by next week, which is the Christmas season.
And that's it on News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I'm Zainab Bala. Thank you for watching.